Hello and welcome to day 16 of Black History Month, 28 Days of Black Excellence. I'm your host, Faith Moore, and today we're going into the world of Negro spirituals. What is this song? When Israel was in Egypt's land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand, let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell all Pharaoh to let my people go. If you said, that's probably called Go Down Moses, you would be right. Go Down Moses is a Negro spiritual that was sung back in the 1800s, as early as then, up until now. And in fact, Moses was one of the code names of Miss Harriet Tubman. We spoke about her earlier, Harriet Tubman being an abolitionist and someone who went directly and took slaves from their plantations in secret using the Underground Railroad to take them north to freedom. So this is a song that she used quite frequently to indicate that her presence was near and that she was ready to take whoever was available and ready to get out of there. So it's a very, very important song. What is a Negro spiritual, you may ask? You should know this. But if you don't, it's a religious song of a kind associated with Black Christians of the southern U.S. and thought to derive from the combination of European hymns and African musical elements by Black slaves. So these were songs that were sung. Not all of the slaves were Christians, but because there was that deep um, that deep connection with the Bible or the words of the Bible, even if they weren't allowed to read it. And that was combined with the African roots because they were directly from Africa. That's what came together to make the spiritual over time. Now, Go Down Moses specifically, as I was saying, was first sung in the 1800s, particularly in the South. And the song chronicles the amazing story of the Exodus, which is in the Bible for Christianity and in the Torah for Judaism. The Israelites were slaves in Egypt under the rule of a pharaoh, and God told Moses, who was an Israelite who was raised by the Pharaoh's family. It's a long, very interesting story. To tell the Pharaoh to let my people go, to free the Israelites. Pharaoh wasn't interested. And so this is essentially how it all began. The story of the Exodus is in pop culture. I remember growing up on the first one you see here, the Cecil B. DeMille 10 Commandments. And that was, I don't know, a couple times a year we would watch that. And the story of how plagues came to Egypt, and eventually Pharaoh said, okay, you can have them. But Moses being persistent. And then in The Prince of Egypt, which is a little bit more my generation, the story was recounted again. And there might be other instances. I don't even know. You might be able to put those in the comments. Other times when this story has been recounted in pop culture. But this particular song, Go Down Moses, the lyrics were first published is in this entitled Oh Let My People Go by the Contrabands. But the lyrics here, you can see, are quite long because they tell the whole story. They say, when Israel was in Egypt's land, let my people go. The form was call and response. So the call would be, when Israel was in Egypt's land, and then the group, the congregation, the others around would sing, let my people go, and that refrain would return the same way every time. Oppressed so hard they could not stand. we would go down to another verse. No more shall they in bondage toil. Let them come out with Egypt's spoil. When Moses led oh, 'twas a dark and dismal night when Moses led the Israelites. The Lord told Moses what to do to lead the children of Israel through. Oh, come along, Moses, you won't get lost. Stretch out your rod and come across. I'm skipping the refrains because we know how those go. As Israel stood by the waterside, at the command of God, it did divide. And when they reached the other side, they sang a song of triumph o'er. And that did not rhyme. I don't know why the writer did that, but you can see this is a very long version. So most of the time when this song is arranged, it is 3, maybe 4 verses, not the 10 that you see here. Now, for an example of how this song may have been sung, I have a very cool scene from a film called Sullivan's Travels. And this is a bit of a flip. This isn't black slaves in the situation with white masters. You'll see what happens. It's quite interesting. I'll just play a little bit of this for you.
Please clear the first 3 pews so they may have seats. And when they get here, I'm going to ask you once more, neither by word, nor by action, nor by look, to make a guest feel unwelcome, nor draw away from, or act high-toned. For we is all equal in the sight of God. Amen. And he said, let him who is without sin cast the first stone. Yes. The chain shall be struck from them, and the lame shall leap, and the blind shall see, and glory in the coming of the Lord. Now let's give our guests a little welcome. When Israel was in Egypt land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand, let my people go. Go down, Moses. Then Israel out of Egypt came.
Oh, I know you want to watch more, but alas, you'll have to catch that on the YouTube. Go Down Moses from Sullivan's Travels. So these songs had coded messages in them, and they let the slaves know it's time to go to freedom. And that's exactly what this song was about. So Go Down Moses. Check that one out. If there are any other Negro spirituals that you know and love or have an interesting story behind, please share those in the comments there below. That's my time. So I say thank you for watching. Today we learned about Go Down Moses, a very important Negro spiritual. If you enjoyed the program, hit like or the share button. We look back so we can look forward to a better world. See you tomorrow when we talk about another Black figure or Black instance in history. Bye-bye for now.